Hey boys and girls, welcome back. Got a pattern here. I'm kind of filling my box up, for winter months and tying a handful of Walt worms. Different size hooks I have. Like I'm using up some of the products that I have that I'm not going to be replacing here. I have on the head of this peppermint 3.0 millimeter bead by Firehole. Another Firehole product is this hook. This is a 317, size 14. Don't really use these hooks very often. They got kind of a weird shape to them. So using a pattern here that can kind of blanket out some of that. But the product I kind of wanted to spotlight today is this rainbow dub. If you guys have ever used this, or if you haven't used this, that's one of my most popular patterns if I want to do something a little bit flashy. Doesn't matter what it is, whether it be color, whether it be a collar, anything along that line. The product obviously is not natural, mostly plastics and different color mini tinsels, things along that line. But when you brush this stuff out, if you mix it with something natural and then brush it out, you get an incredible look, going through the water here. With when the light hits this, it's just every sparkle you can imagine going through. You can see it halfway across the stream. So I like this color pattern. The other things that we're using here that I mix up, this is Black Hares Ear Plus, which has a little bit of that plastic in it too. The pattern that you're seeing here is the Rainbow Light. What I'm going to use on today's pattern is the Rainbow Dark, just to give you a little bit different representation as far as color goes and shading. And another great product, SLF. This color here, I don't know what color this is, to be honest. Just says Amber Prism. So have that on the collar here. And what's nice when you do combine this type of thing, there is quite a bit of preening and things like that. It's a caddis pattern, so I want it to be somewhat shaped like a caddis pattern. You'll see that when we get all of this dubbing and stuff on there, that there's a lot of stray fiber, so sometimes you got to trim it. Let's get right to it here. Take my glasses off to find all my hooks. Okay. Thread we're using is just Semperfli Black. Nano Silk Black, sorry. Super simple pattern. Great for the kids wanting to learn something new that are just learning. You get used to that dubbing and things like that you can put on there. Okay, so when we mix this all together, this is kind of what it looks like. Just a dubbing ball. You can see all the little plastic fibers on there. Take a healthy pinch of it. We're going to start dubbing this on as thin as you can. It's very stringy, this rainbow dub, so it does dub nicely, but it's just a little different look. Put it in a lot of my pheasant tail patterns for a collar, or an abdomen, anything along that line. Okay. It's easy wrapping it on. It does lighten up the color that you use. Like I said, this black kind of stays that inner part of the of the bug there when it gets brushed out. Just building this up. Get some fibers up into that bead, and come back a little bit. Okay, that's your body, simple. Take a little touch of prism. This is another great color. I use this on my stoneflies a lot. Just a really good contrast with, you know, a dark, anything dark. If you want to bring out some gold, if you're working on, you know, a bug like that, this is a good color to do that. Okay, now I want this tight. Might have a little too much here, but I'll work it in there. So I'm just taking it right to the edge of the bead and trying to pull it down that way. And it'll sink into this set here. Pull that out. Seat that string way down in there. It's never coming out. Whip finish. Okay. Now you can see all the fibers already. We haven't even brushed it yet. Okay. Get your brush. Give this thing a workout. Always pushing everything back. You almost want underneath there and try to push these fibers to the side. Yeah, look at all these things. Okay, so the trick is basically I just pull this back and I start pinching off these things, and then they start getting a little curly. You can see like this here. Now I'm not the only thing I'm pulling on are these little plastic threads, so dubbing doesn't brush out too much, but these little plastic pieces look great in there. Yeah, just try to give it that pattern. As far as sizing goes, you know, their legs and stuff typically don't go much further than this, if they go that far. But you want it to have that kind of flow. The nice thing about this pattern, the white head, yellow bead, in the spring when the sulfurs are coming out, you know, you look through this rainbow and that black body that's underneath there. Just a good representation of the bugs coming off that time of year. Tie some up, simple pattern. Go catch some fish. This one's a go-to in the spring, so